DC has better numbers than Breeze did in his first 6 years. Then Breeze got a defense, and the rest is literally history. DC with defensive help, that's going to go big. Shave that ish for Chucky Heads, FAB, Tom TB. So I understand that Derek Carr's numbers are very impressive, right? Like, he's got 81 touchdowns in his first, I think, 3 years, and the only other quarterbacks that have more are, Hall of Famers. My only difference with that is, the NFL now is very different than when Drew Brees first started, when Tom Brady started, Peyton Manning, all these legends. So I do think numbers are a little bit boosted. But, JC, I want you to honestly look me in the mirror, and I want you to tell me, who's a better quarterback, Drew Brees or Derek Carr? And honestly, I don't really care about the first 6 years. I care about what I'm going to get this year. Now, has Derek had a good defense? No. He hasn't had a top 20 defense in both points against and yards against since 2010. Oh, wait, he wasn't even on the team. Do I agree with you? Yes, that Derek needs a defense. Do I think he's in the same caliber as Brees or Rodgers? I do not. Let's go to Joey. What up, Joey? Trade for Rodgers and have him develop Mariota. So, if I'm going to trade for Rodgers, I'm not going to bring him in to develop Marcus Mariota. I'm going to bring in Rodgers to just win a Super Bowl and, do his own thing. Because, let's face it, I don't really even think Rodgers at this point in his career wants to develop another quarterback. I don't think that's the case. Now, if we want to go out and maybe draft a quarterback in round 3, 4, and hopefully he can learn behind somebody like Rodgers, that I'm okay with. But I'm not bringing in Aaron Rodgers to teach or develop Mariota. Do you think Damon Arnett can be good if he learns from a guy like Tim Brown and does well during rookie minicamp? I think anybody can learn from Tim Brown. However, Tim Brown, wide receiver, Damon Arnett is a cornerback. The player that, if I want Damon Arnett to be as best as possible, the guy that I actually want the Raiders to go out and get is a guy like Aqib Talib. Why? John Gruden loves Talib, and, Gruden compared Arnett to Talib. It was one of the reasons why they drafted him in round 1. I think Damon Arnett is going to kind of... When I first saw the Raiders pick Arnett, we'll try to make this quick, I at first didn't like it. I'm starting to grow into it a little bit more, okay? So I think if Arnett can just learn, come in, do his work, he's going to be a pretty good player. Let's go to King. What up, King? Shouldn't the Raiders try to trade Carr rather than release him if we get Rodgers? Also, what could the Raiders get for Carr? See, the issue with that is it's the same as what we had for the Tom Brady conversation, right? If you go out and get Rodgers and then trade Carr, his value, I think, is honestly probably only a 4th-round pick, because if I'm another NFL team, I'm like, well, you don't want Derek Carr. Why would I offer you a lot of picks? Now, if you trade Carr first, that kind of could then put you in a tough position to go out and then get an Aaron Rodgers, because you might have to give up more, because then you have more of a need. Should we trade him? Sure. But I think if you go out and get Rodgers and then you trade Carr, I think then you hope for a 4th-round pick. Do I think he's worth more than the 4th-round pick? Yes. Yes, I do. So, do you like your Nathan Peterman? So, do you like Nathan Peterman? I can't read. Do you like Nathan Peterman? Y for yes, or give me an N for no. So, Nathan Peterman right now is our 3rd-string quarterback. And I know every single time I bring up Peterman, yes, here they come. The goat emojis. It is an instant thing. Either if it's on Twitter, if it's on Instagram, wherever it is. As soon as I start mentioning Nathan Peterman, I see a lot of goat emojis. So, if you like Nathan Peterman, bottom line is, though, I want you to take care of your Nathan Peterman. And the best way to take care of your Peterman is by going to Manscaped.com and by using promo code Raiders, because you're going to save 20%. Now, the Lawnmower 3.0, it's got a rechargeable battery, which I'm telling you comes in handy because I hate batteries. Also, yeah, I messed up. So, 20% off with promo code Raiders, but the Lawnmower, there's no tugging, there's no pulling. It's also safe in the shower. It fits in your hand like this. You guys can see it. It's absolutely great. I am a proud user of this thing, and coming up here in just a little bit, I'm gonna show you how well it works. I'm not going to shave my Nathan Peterman. I'm going to shave my face. So I will show you coming up here in a little bit how well this thing works. So their slogan also is your balls will thank you. If there is a company that I think fits Raider Nation and fits me personally, it's Manscaped. So go ahead, try out their products, support our sponsors, 20% off with promo code Raiders. Manscaped.com. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the comments section below. Take care of your Peterman. I've already seen Vic says I've shaved mine. Promise you, use this thing, and it's going to be the best thing you've ever had. My balls thank me every day from Dead Raider. Yep, I hear you there. Thanks to Manscaped. What up, Cali King? Hey, Mitch, first 4 games, can we win 2? Because I see at least 4 losses. Well, this is what I would say. I would say go check out my video on the channel where I've already predicted how many wins the Raiders will have through their first 4 games. Check it out. I do think they are tough games. So you have week 1 is not going to be an easy game against the Panthers. Then you got the Saints. Then you got the Patriots. And then you got the Bills. I will say that I think we can win 2 of those games, but go check out my video. I did get a super chat coming in from Sean. What up, Sean? I feel a big season for DC. What do you think? I think with all the new weapons, the Raiders are going to be a team to watch. We're going to surprise a lot of haters. Love you, Mitch. I do think that Derek's going to have a better year, okay? Like, for the first time in a long time, the Raiders should have a better defense, which should take some pressure off them. Excuse me. Also, we've put an extra talent around him in the draft. But when I think of big season, I want wins. And when I think of this team winning football games, it's going to be pounding the football. And if Derek has 25 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, throws for 3,900 yards, guess what? I'm going to be okay with that. However, I don't know if that's ultimately what I want, okay? So, Sean, appreciate the super chat. Let's go now to Rustin Long. DC4 is going to ball out this year, and this Aaron trade business won't be a thing after the season, and chug. So, yes, Rustin, I will more than happily do it. And appreciate you, Rustin. And yes, I will get to it. So I do think DC is going to have a good year. And honestly, like, I hope he does ball out. But all I'm saying is, even if he does ball out, I don't necessarily know, okay? I don't necessarily know if that's going to be enough to be able to keep somebody out like Aaron Rodgers. So are you now looking confident? Wait, are you now looking confident with the secondary? I actually think the secondary now is a little bit better. I still don't think it's, like, the strong as it can be. If Trayvon Mullen can just play the way that he did at the end of the year, I'm going to be great with that. If Prince Amukamara can play basically what he's done the last 2 years, we're going to be solid there. It's just, if one of these guys goes down, then you still have to rely on Isaiah Johnson, who I like him, but he's unproven. Damon Arnett, I like him, unproven. Amik Robertson, I like him, unproven. Now, if Joyner can play the way that he did in 2018, I'm great. But if Joyner can't play that way, then yeah, you still have another hole there. I love the Abram-Randall combo, but ultimately, this Prince Amukamara move is something that, yes, I am very, very excited about. Let's now go to Jared Stevenson. What up, man? Could we possibly go after Dee Ford in a trade? So, you're like the 5th person to ask me this question this week. I don't see it happening. So, I get the whole idea of Dee Ford, but if you're the Raiders and you want an edge rusher, why trade for a Dee Ford when you could go out on the free agent market? And I'm not saying Jadeveon Clowney is as good as Dee Ford, because I actually don't think that. But instead of giving up draft assets, which I know Mike Mayock wants, I don't think it makes sense for you to go out and trade for a Dee Ford when then you could just sign a Jadeveon Clowney, or an even lesser version of that, an Everson Griffin. So personally, I don't really see that happening. Let's go to the next question. England is my city. Shout out your area code. I feel like we might just, might just went from a good to a great defense, not like an elite defense like the Patriots or Niners, but like we might be a top 10 defense, but only time will tell. A lot of likes in there. I like what the Raiders did. I made a bold prediction a little bit earlier, maybe like 2 weeks ago, that said, I think that this team is going to be top 15 in yards against and top 15 in points against. And I'm actually still going to stick with that because, and for all you that don't think it's bold, that hasn't happened since 2002. I think by adding Amukamara, you add depth to probably still our biggest hole on defense. I'm excited to see what happens, and yes, I do think this helps us out a lot. Let's go to Flip Doe Erden. Hey, Mitch, with the rosters going from 53 to 55 this year, what positions do you see us keeping more players at? I'm thinking wide receiver and defensive back. I'm actually going to 100% agree with you. I see this team keeping more wide receivers, more defensive backs. You kind of already seen it where they've gotten rid of some linebackers, lesser value linebackers. They cut somebody yesterday. His name is escaping me. But when you think about the biggest team needs and biggest holes, and plus what you need to figure out, you keep more wide receivers to figure out what you have in Derek Carr. You keep more cornerbacks in your backfield, defensive backfield, because that's been your biggest hole the last 10 years. So I do see those keeping more guys. So, yeah, 55 roster. Gonna be some fun shows coming up. Let's go to Henry. What up, Henry? Which rookie and free agent additions do you think will have the best season? What are your predictions for them? Broncos will stink worse than my farts. Okay, fair enough. So 2 things. Henry, appreciate the super chat. Hit me up on Instagram at MitchellRenz365. I'll give you a follow back. And then which rookie and free agent additions do you think will have the best season? Rookie, I'm going to go with, I'll say Henry Ruggs. I actually think, though, the biggest sleeper we got is Amik Robertson. And then in terms of free agent additions, you guys know that I love Corey Littleton, but that's just too easy of an answer. I'll go with Carl Nassib. I think Carl Nassib is going to be a big reason why we take that extra step, because he can do so many different things and because he's a leader on the defense. But Henry, hit me up on Instagram. I said anybody that sends in a $25 super chat, you get a follow back on IG. Let's go to Omar. What up, Omar? How many sacks do you think Maxx Crosby will have this year? So when I've talked about this a few times on the Raiders Report, and first off, get a picture. But I appreciate the idea that Crosby is going to have 15, 16 sacks. However, I think that Crosby is going to be around exactly what he had last year, and it wouldn't actually surprise me if he has like 9 or 8. Now, does that mean he has a worse season? No. That just means this Raiders defense is better. So the way that I break it down is like last season the Raiders had 32 sacks. Crosby had 10. Let's just say that's 30%. If Crosby this year can get maybe, let's say, like 20% of the sacks, okay, but the Raiders go out and get like 40, 50 sacks, I think we would all be very happy. When you have more depth, when you have more talented pieces, we get after the quarterback quicker. That does translate to more sacks. Crosby, more sacks or team more sacks? I'm going to take team more sacks. Let's go to Stinky Ginger. Do you think Mike Mayock is one of the greatest acquisitions that the Raiders have made in 10 years? So I am going to say yes, okay? But I don't want you to get mad for the second part I'm about to say. The last 10 years have not been very good for the Raiders. And I don't want to look at the last 10 years and make that like the benchmark. I want us to look at, the future and like what this team could be. I think Mike Mayock is brilliant. And I think what he did last year in the draft proves that. But I also know, like, when you listen to the man talk, he's also great with the media. He's great with the fans. He's just like the dude that I want running this organization at GM. So do I think it's one of the best acquisitions we made in 10 years? Yes. Yes, I do. So if you guys want the latest news, rumors, live shows, and breaking news like Prince Amukamara going to the Raiders, hit that sub button. You are not going to find a channel that's going to pump out daily videos like we do. You're not going to find a channel that's going to give you the information that you want more than we do. And plus, we are a live and interactive channel. So I already see people like Daniel, Joe Perez, Vic, Ricardo, all y'all throwing your comments in there. I appreciate you. Go tell your friends to subscribe. Actually, you know what? Take that link, youtube.com/Raiders Report, and send it to the 10 biggest Raider fans that you know. I personally would really appreciate that. Should I shave my beard today? Give me a Y for yes, or I want you to give me an N for no. Now, I promised y'all that once I hit $69 worth of super chats, I was going to end up shaving my beard. And I knew y'all would do it. I know how y'all like to get down. I know how you guys like to have a good time. And a special shout out to JC for throwing in that $60 super chat. I'll give you a follow on Instagram. So I'm a man of my word. And we're going to get some things set up here. And like I said, we're basically going to shave my face live on air. So we're doing something a little bit different. I want you all to know that I appreciate everyone who's always watching here and who's always having a good time. So I think, yeah, let's get into it. So you're watching the Raiders Report presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com where you can save 20% when you use promo code RAZORS. So today, I have the Lawnmower 3.0, okay? This is the product that I'm showing. Now, obviously, it's made for your groin area. I don't think anybody watching the show right now would want to see me shave my groin. So instead, I'm going to show you how well this thing works by shaving my face. I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't shaved my face since like 2016. But this thing, no tugging, no pulling, waterproof. Bottom line, I just want to show you how well this thing works on my cheeks. Not those cheeks, but, these cheeks. So remember, the Lawnmower 3.0 is an unbelievable product that, again, is used for your groin. You don't want to see me shave my groin. Instead, I'm going to shave my face. I've used this now probably, oh man, it's really hard to see, but you guys can see, I mean, that went right through that. But appreciate Manscaped, appreciate them giving me an awesome product. There is lots of hair. Yeah. Hair a lot of places.
Let's hear it from Raider Nation. Let's have them rate the shave.
I just shaved my beard for the first time in about a year and a half, so rate the shave. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being it's the worst thing you guys have ever seen. 10 being it's absolutely great. Bottom line is I just wanted to show you guys on air how well that this thing does work. So obviously you don't want to see me shave my Chucky head. Nobody wants to see that whatsoever. So instead I wanted to show you how well I can shave my cheeks. Yes, these cheeks. But if you guys want to go get the Lawnmower 3.0, if you're trying to give yourself that extra inch, if you, I don't know, you're just trying to just look a little bit better, okay? Go to manscaped.com and use promo code Raiders. You're going to save 20%. So Manscaped is an amazing company. They have awesome people over there. And as you can see, it was super easy. There's no tugging, no pulling. It's 100% safe. It's 100% waterproof, rechargeable battery. It's awesome, okay? Go out, support our sponsors. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.